Hey TCS TV viewers, it's Dave from the camera store, and today we're talking about Panasonic's latest S 70-300 lens. We were fortunate enough to get a pre-production copy of this lens from Panasonic. And with a shorter telephoto range, we thought, what can we shoot? So just outside of Calgary is a place called the Yamnuska Wolfdog Sanctuary. This is a great place where they rehabilitate wolf dogs and educate the public on the wolves that they have in the area. And it's really nice because you can get up close and personal with these wolves in a very safe, controlled environment. But the 70-300 range was perfect in this situation. We were close enough to the animals that I could make full use of this lens, including that's very close minimum focusing distance. When it comes to sharpness of this lens, I'm really impressed with what I'm able to get out of it. Now we of course are shooting with the S1R. If we're going to test the lens, we're going to test it against the high resolution monster. So 46 megapixels delivers some very good quality details from this lens. Take a look at these shots of these wolves and how good a quality we're getting out of it. You can zoom right in and you see that fine detail in the hair and the face. And I really love that. That's what I expect of a lens of this kind of price point and premium quality optics. Now when it comes to background blur, it is a 4.5 to 5.6 variable aperture lens. So it's not going to be as nice as some higher end lenses that are 2.8 or even faster. Now it has an 11 blade circular aperture, which gives us a very pleasing fall off. Take a look at these shots here we did against our wall. Here's me at 70 millimeters and at 135 and again at 300. And you can see I get a pretty decent look to the whole thing. Just for fun, we threw in the very good 51.4 as a comparison to show what you can get with a slightly wider angle but a much faster aperture lens. So definitely a more pleasing look. However, I'm not disappointed with what the 70-300 can give me as far as background blur. When it comes to the focusing speed of this 70-300 from Panasonic, it uses the same linear autofocus motors found in the other S-series lenses. And they work perfectly well. Now they're not quite as fast as some other lenses I've seen on the market, but I had no trouble at all acquiring focus. If you take a look at our wall test here as I'm walking towards the camera, you can see kind of the focusing speed. And our min to max test here, you can see how quickly it goes from either distance. I spent most of the day shooting the S1R in the animal detection autofocus system. Now it works fantastic. It easily acquires what the animal is and draws the box around it and can focus on it. Now in single point, it was very easy to work with. But if you're using continuous tracking focus, Panasonic does use a different autofocus system than most other manufacturers. They call it DFD, or depth from defocus. Now as the camera is trying to acquire focus, it uses the autofocus areas to determine what's in focus. In continuous autofocus, you have to contend with a little bit of what I call autofocus wobble. So as the camera is acquiring focus, there's a little bit of hesitation, but my hit rate I'm getting as I'm shooting continuous is very good. Now something unique about this 70-300 is its minimum focusing distance. At 70 millimeters, you can focus as low as 0.54 meters. Overall, I'm really impressed with the image quality I'm getting out of this lens, and part of that has to do with how this lens is constructed. There's 17 elements inside this lens in 11 different groups. Now there's 2 ED elements, extra dispersion elements, and 1 ultra extra dispersion element, and these are all to help out with contrast, saturation, and of course sharpness is going to come into play. It is also an optically image stabilized lens, which is certainly going to help you out on those lower shutter speed days. When I first got my hands on this lens, I was pleasantly surprised with the build quality. It is a fully weather sealed lens, so if you pair it with a weather sealed body, you're fine to shoot in the snow or in some light rain and stuff. Now the zoom mechanism works quite nicely, and the manual focus ring is easy to work with as well. The lens itself is a little bit bigger than some other 70-300s I've seen in the past, but that's okay. It does feel fairly well balanced on this camera. It does come in at 754 grams, or just under 2 pounds, as far as the weight goes, and it feels pretty decent on this particular S1R. Now it does have a 77 millimeter filter thread, and it comes with a supplied lens hood. Makes for an overall really nice package. The side of the camera, we do have a bunch of switches here. We do have a focusing limiting switch, 3 meters to infinity, or even closer than that. We have manual focus, autofocus switch, the optical image stabilization switch on or off, and something I really like on a zoom of this style is a locking switch. And this allows me to lock the lens at 70 millimeters, so when I'm walking around with it, I don't have to worry about that lens creep. After spending a day at the sanctuary photographing these beautiful creatures, I find that this lens was the perfect choice for this situation. The animals were very accessible and this focal range worked perfectly. Now, I of course want to know what you guys think of this lens. Are you excited by this addition to Panasonic? Leave the comments down below. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and please hit that notification bell. We'll catch you again next time. Hey, thanks for sticking around for another somewhat chilly episode in my giant black jacket. If you want to check out our most recent episode, click up here. And if you're Canadian and you want to shop local, click down here.